Welcome back to RV News, the trusted channel for everything related to the Iraqi Dinar, Vietnamese Dong, and global currency revaluations. Whether you're a seasoned currency investor or just getting started on this journey, we're here to keep you informed, ahead of the curve, and ready for the financial opportunities that lie ahead. Today's video is one that many of you have been requesting, and we're finally diving deep into it. We're talking about where you can exchange your Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong in the United States in 2025. This is not just your average list of banks. This is a strategic, in-depth look at which institutions are most likely to support these exchanges, what steps you should take to be prepared, and the red flags to watch out for. The revaluation journey has been long, filled with highs and lows, rumors and hope, but now, more than ever, people are preparing for what they believe could be a historic financial event. And knowing where and how to exchange your currency safely, securely, and profitably is just as important as owning the currency itself. First and foremost, let's address the question that's on everyone's mind. Are U.S. banks even exchanging Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong in 2025? The answer is yes, but with very important caveats. Not all banks are currently dealing in exotic currencies, and among those that do, not all branches are equipped or willing to handle them. Over the years, policies have changed frequently, and even within the same bank, the rules can vary from one location to another. This inconsistency has caused confusion and frustration for many, but in 2025, we're beginning to see clearer policies emerge. Several major banks have begun to quietly update their foreign exchange desks, retrain staff, and in some cases, establish new protocols that suggest preparation for increased interest in foreign currencies, especially those considered exotic, like the IQD and VND. Let's begin with Wells Fargo, one of the largest banking institutions in the U.S. Historically, Wells Fargo was one of the few banks that openly dealt with Iraqi Dinar in the early 2010s, but later distanced itself from these transactions. However, in recent months, there's been a noticeable shift. Several account holders have reported that Wells Fargo representatives at select branches have acknowledged the bank's ongoing preparation for future dinar transactions. While they still do not list the IQD on their public currency exchange rate board, there are internal memos suggesting that the infrastructure is being put in place to support exchanges once the currency is internationally recognized or sanctioned for widespread trade again. The key here is establishing a private banking relationship. If you have an account with significant activity or assets, you're more likely to get access to special services, including exotic currency exchanges. It's also advised to call ahead, ask to speak with a foreign exchange officer, and confirm whether your branch is one of the designated locations. Moving on to Chase Bank, another powerhouse in American banking. Chase has been a bit more reserved when it comes to the dinar specifically, but they have been known to handle Vietnamese Dong in select markets. In 2025, Chase continues to maintain a cautious but responsive approach. If you walk into a Chase branch today and ask to exchange your dinar, you're likely to be told, "We don't deal in that currency," and technically that's true on a retail level. However, for high net worth clients and private banking customers, there is a different conversation happening behind closed doors. Several customers have reported that foreign currency departments within Chase's headquarters in New York and Chicago are indeed aware of the RV community and are quietly monitoring developments. If and when an official revaluation takes place, Chase is expected to be one of the first to offer exchanges, especially if there's a coordinated banking rollout. For those holding Vietnamese Dong, you might have slightly better luck, as the VND has been on Chase's official currency order list in the past. Again, being a part of Chase Private Client or having a substantial deposit relationship can significantly increase your chances of accessing currency services. Bank of America is next on the list and deserves special attention. In early 2025, Bank of America has updated several internal documents that suggest they are actively reviewing their foreign currency policies. While BOA has historically not supported the Iraqi dinar due to concerns about its international recognition, recent developments, especially Iraq's strengthened oil contracts and growing relationship with Western financial institutions, are changing the narrative. Some BOA insiders have leaked information suggesting that the bank is preparing to reintroduce certain exotic currencies into their official offerings. As of now, the Vietnamese Dong is occasionally available through special order at select branches, primarily in cities with large Vietnamese populations. For dinar holders, your best bet is to inquire through the BOA Private Bank Division, where customized currency services are more readily discussed. This doesn't mean walk into your local BOA branch expecting an exchange on the spot. It means establish a relationship, build trust, and ensure you're on their radar when things shift. One surprising player in the exotic currency scene in 2025 is Regions Bank. While not as large as the others, Regions has shown a unique willingness to explore new services in foreign exchange. In parts of the southeast U.S., especially states like Texas, Florida, and Georgia, Regions Bank branches have been quietly processing Vietnamese Dong exchanges for over a year. And more recently, certain branches have begun taking inquiries about the Iraqi dinar, though again, no public rate has been posted. If you're located in the southern U.S., it may be worth checking with your local Regions branch. Speak directly to a branch manager or someone from the FX department and document your conversations. If you get a green light that they may consider, an IQD transaction post-RV, keep a record and make that your exchange location plan. Credit unions are another avenue that many overlook. While they typically don't carry the same international network or resources as big banks, some credit unions, especially military-affiliated ones like Navy Federal Credit Union and Pentagon Federal Credit Union, PenFed, have been historically more flexible with unique requests. Given the large number of veterans and military personnel who were introduced to the Iraqi dinar while serving overseas, some of these institutions have policies in place to at least discuss the topic. In 2025, certain credit unions are considering pilot programs that would allow members to exchange exotic currencies directly or through third-party providers. If you're a member of a credit union, it's absolutely worth reaching out to them and inquiring about their foreign currency services. You might be surprised by their willingness to help loyal members once rates become internationally tradable. Let's not forget about foreign currency exchange centers and authorized dealers, which are still one of the most reliable ways to exchange dinar and dong in the U.S. In major cities like New York, Los Angeles, Houston, and Miami, there are licensed currency exchange companies that already offer buyback services for IQD and VND. Companies like Travelex, Currency Exchange International, CXI, and Knightsbridge FX may not post dinar on their online lists, but some will process transactions if arranged in advance. In 2025, we're seeing more of these companies ramping up their security and verification process, likely in anticipation of higher volume should a revaluation take place. The major advantage here is that these firms are often more transparent about their rates and offer quicker processing than banks, especially if you need funds immediately post-exchange. But what about redemption centers, those rumored private exchange facilities we keep hearing about? While we can't confirm any specific locations or activation dates, numerous sources within the RV community claim that specialized redemption centers are being discreetly set up across the country. These would be private, appointment-only facilities, set up specifically for exchanging IQD, VND, and potentially ZIM currency after a global currency reset. If this scenario plays out, holders would receive instructions through secure communication channels, possibly emails or private bank messages, on how to set up an appointment. These centers are expected to offer the best rates, security, and non-disclosure arrangements to protect both the exchanger and the institution. While it's still unconfirmed, it's crucial that you keep your ear to the ground, Remain subscribed to trustworthy intel sources and never, under any circumstances, give your currency to unverified third parties. The presence of a redemption. Center model suggests that banks may not be the only option, so remain flexible and informed. Now, let's talk security. No matter where you choose to exchange your IQD or VND, your security should be your number one priority. There are unfortunately a number of scams that have popped up over the years, especially as hype around revaluation increases. Never mail your currency to an unknown location. Never give out serial numbers over the phone. Only work with licensed dealers, reputable banks, or verified financial institutions. Keep copies of your purchase receipts, authentication letters, and photographic evidence of your notes. It's also a good idea to consult with a tax P